Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today we're going to be doing my reaction and review for LEGO Ninjago Seabound Episode 11, Papergirl. If you would like to check out my reaction to this episode, you can be sure to go down below to the top of the description of the video where you'll be able to find a link leading you over to Google Photos where you'll be able to view my full uncut reaction to the episode. And then once you're done watching that, you can feel free to come back over here to this video where I'll be letting you know my full spoiler thoughts on the episode, which is what we're going to get into now. So let's start going through the episode here. So basically this episode is similar to the previous one that we saw, kind of featuring these characters. The news never sleeps, and I personally really enjoyed that episode, so I was very eager to see what they would do with these characters in this episode, and I was really hoping that it would tie in with the main sort of story plot of what's going on in the season, of course, currently with Kalmar trying to steal the storm amulet. So of course we have Nelson and Antonia right here, so it was really cool to see these characters once again, and they did a fantastic job with them within this episode. And let me just say a small thing as well about all of the characters here. I don't think I noticed it previously when they appeared the last time they were all featured, but they all have voices that sound very similar to like an old like announcer voice, and I think that is so funny just because it's coming out of all of these kids' mouths. So I thought that was kind of cool. They have just a bit of an accent to them. I don't know exactly where to place it, but it's really funny and it fits very well with just kind of creating that sort of feel for this newspaper business here. And basically the whole setup here for Antonia and Nelson in this episode is that Antonia is looking to quit and start working at the Dairy Dragon, which I thought was really funny because I like to imagine that the ice cream shop in the actual Ninjago City Garden set is the Dairy Dragon. I know it might not be officially called that, but I like to imagine that Antonia works there, or at least might have worked there. We'll have to see how the episode plays out. Spoiler alert, she does not wind up working at the Dairy Dragon. But nonetheless, the episode, that is basically the whole sort of setup here for these characters within the episode, and then they do wind up tying in to the main plot, which was really exciting to see. There's a really cool thing where they throw the newspaper, and as you can see, Unagami catches it right here, and it's really funny because Antonia is kind of talking about how they had to fend off against like a video game basically coming into the city, and I thought that was really cool that then they throw a little reference to him right there by giving him a cameo. So I thought that was really cool, just a nice little addition there in the episode. And then we can see they have already fully invaded Ninjago City here. You can see all of the water serpents. I always call them something different. I don't even know what their official title is really. I think it's like Mirai Guards or something, but you know, Kalmar's forces that are basically invading Ninjago City. So we can see it's a really funny moment how they're just having a casual conversation as they're going through the city, as it's just completely being ravaged here. People are running around panicking, and then they're just, you know, delivering the paper, doing their job. So I think that's really cool, very commendable. This guy getting his newspaper even from the trash can, so you know, good for him. And they're basically just kind of going through here, and then of course they gotta stop for their mandated lunch break right here, which I thought was just so funny how in the middle of all this chaos, and you can kind of hear it in the background as well, that they're just sitting down having lunch, having a conversation here, a little discussion about her leaving the job, and then Nelson kind of like being of course disappointed about that because they're basically partners in this business, and he's kind of learned a lot from her, so of course he naturally wouldn't want her to leave. And then she's kind of saying like, you know, it might not be so bad to have someone working at Dairy Dragon who, you know, because you could potentially get the hookup with some ice cream, so you know, it's not looking all bad for that sort of transition there. But then this is when we tie it directly into like the previous episode basically, where we can see Kalmar taking the storm amulet here. He's just walking out of there like an absolute boss, and we can see Kai trying to go up against him, which it was so cool, the action in this episode. I really enjoyed it so much. And then we get to see where it completely ties in here. Cole is trying to fight against Kalmar as well, but luckily Antonia and Nelson are able to grab the storm amulet and basically try to make off with it, and then the other ninja are trying to defend them. Ray does not do too well against them, I suppose, and Kai and Cole and Wu as well are not doing too well here, but they try to get away here. They're basically escaping through through the city, which I love the music that they were playing during this escape. I thought it had a lot of energy to it, and I just really enjoyed that. So it definitely helped kind of elevate the scene and the intensity of it as well. They wind up on a bridge, of course, at a crossroads here of whether or not how are they going to escape from Kalmar here. So it was just kind of a cool moment there. It was just very intense and just really raised the stakes a lot. It really just puts Kalmar as a pretty big villain here, considering he's just going after these random citizens basically to him, and then they go right into oncoming traffic, as you do when you're trying to escape from an evil calamari monster basically, and they're trying to get away here. Kalmar, of course, is still going after them. It's really cool. He's hopping on all of the vehicles, which I thought was really fun, and just kind of like he takes control of a vehicle as well, of one of the trucks, which I thought was really cool. And then Kai winds up hopping into the vehicle as well. It's a really cool sort of scene going on here, and they're just going up against each other as they're basically, Kalmar is trying to run over these two people, the two riding the bicycles there. And we also get to see a really cool little illustration. Let me see if I can get just the right spot on the actual screen here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. Hopefully I will be able to. I was there for like 1 second. I was trying to grab it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you can see Fuji Dove right here, like an illustration of him on the wall, looking super buff right there. So I thought that was really cool with like a purple outline. So I know this could just be a little reference to Fuji Dove, of course, but maybe they're teasing something for him to return at some point. They did reference him in the island as well. So I think that is pretty cool that they just did that little tease right there. And then they hop over the bridge. Of course, they're able to luckily get across there. It's a really hilarious moment, as you can see. Kai and Kalmar are just freaking out because they were not able to make that jump, and they go into the water right there. But of course Kalmar is going to be fine. I mean, he lives under the water, so he secures the storm amulet right there, and it's a very funny scene where he's basically like, who are you guys? And then they're like, we're just like delivering the newspaper, just doing our jobs. And he just starts laughing because he's like, it's really funny that the ninja were not able to get anywhere close to like stopping me, and you guys were actually the only ones who were able to come close. So I thought that was kind of funny. I was talking about in the reaction of like Antonia kind of earning a spot on the ninja team, and Nelson as well. So I thought that was just a little funny moment right there, that they were able to go toe to toe with Kalmar basically in taking this storm amulet. So that was just kind of a cool moment. And of course Kalmar is kind of just like, I got some respect for that. I suppose I might have underestimated these land creatures. And then Antonia, even on top of that, goes and saves Kai's life, because we all know Kai is not very good in the water, so of course he almost drowns, but Nelson and Antonia are able to save him by diving in there and then giving him some CPR, so that was really lucky. They have a nice little moment there where they all talk and they thank them, like Wu, Cole, and Ray. They thank them, Antonia and Nelson, for kind of helping out here and doing what they could. So it was a nice moment there. And then we get kind of the end of their own personal story here, where Antonia's like, hey, I'm not going to go work at the Dairy Dragon. I'm going to stay with the newspaper. I can see that there's a lot to be done in that business and that I can really make a difference. So it's a nice little moment there between the two of them. So I like seeing that. I'm not sure at the end here what this like post says, like, because of course it's in the Ninjago language here. I'm not sure if it just says like Ninjago City there or what's going on. So let me know if you do know the translation for that. I'm sure I could just translate it myself if I looked at a page with all of the letters, but still, nonetheless, if you know it off the top of your head somehow miraculously, then let me know in the comments. But yeah, it was a really fantastic episode. I did enjoy this one quite a bit. I thought it was really cool with Nelson and then of course Antonia. I really like those two characters. I thought they were really fantastic in this one, so I look forward to hopefully seeing more from them in future seasons. I think it'll be kind of a one-off thing for like an episode in each upcoming season, so I think that would be really nice to see. But yeah, just overall a really fantastic episode. I enjoyed this one a lot. I like seeing that kind of involving these other side characters in more sort of main roles for an episode or two, so that was cool to see. The moments with Kalmar and Kai were pretty pretty funny as well, so I enjoyed that quite a bit. And yeah, it was just overall a very well-rounded episode, a very good amount of action, some really great music, great character growth for those side characters as well, and of course advancing the plot as well, so it isn't like a filler episode or anything of that sort. So yeah, I just overall really enjoyed it. Be sure to let me know all of your thoughts on the episode in the comment section down below, and if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, also subscribe as well if you would like to see my future Seabound reactions. So just thank you so much, I really appreciate the support. So I'll see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.